Alright guys, welcome back again to another video. In today's video I'm going to show you how to move from this to this. Guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to teach you how to weed, mold and mulch your garden. Alright, so I'm just going to go straight into it. Now, in weeding your garden, you need to remove the weeds with the root intact. So for example, these weeds over here, you want to get your tool like a machete or your garden spade and you want to go right under and remove them. This is nut grass, so if you should just break off the grass like that and you leave the nut in the ground, it will always grow back. Alright, this will always grow back. So you want to remove the weeds with the roots and you want to get those out of your garden. Alright, same with these over here. Remove them with the root ball intact and you get those out. Now, weeds are really any plant that is growing in your garden that you don't want. So anything could be a weed. Alright? And of course you know the dangers of weeds. These will always bring a disease, they will have a pest, right, to damage your plant. And they will compete with your plant for space, light, water and nutrients. So you need to get rid of them. Alright? The next thing that you want to do now is to mold. Now when you're molding, you want to mold where the drip line of the plant is. This is called the drip line, and where the canopy ends. Wherever the canopy ends is the drip line. So right here is the drip line. This is where you want to dig. You don't want to dig too close to the plant itself because it will damage the plant. Alright? So this is where you want to dig. And you want to just gather out the soil around the plant like that. Right? And what molding does is to actually encourages the plant to send out more roots. To send out more root. So that, and when it sends out more root, the plant can search for more water and for more nutrients. Right? Molding also allows air, oxygenated air, to go into the soil so that the plant's root can respire. Because the plant roots need to breathe. So, as I was saying, what molding does, it allows air, oxygenated air, to enter into the soil and deoxygenated air to come out of the soil, because the roots of the plant needs to breathe. So that is why sometimes you have plants, and because the soil is so compacted, you don't compacted because you're walking out, no air cannot able to enter the soil. Oxygenated air cannot able to enter the soil. And the deoxygenated air is built up in the soil environment, and so therefore the plant is stunted in growth. It's just like if somebody put a plastic bag over your head. You can't breathe, and soon after you will die. Well, it's the same thing with the plant. That's what molding helps to do, right? To help to put oxygenated air into the soil. So you mold, right, and you see you break up the soil aggregate so that you can have gaseous exchange taking place. Right? This is when, if you are going to add fertilizer, this is actually when you will add the fertilizer. But I'm not going to add any fertilizer because my soil is very rich. As you can see, it have a lot of manure in it. Right? Natural fertilizer. So if you are going to add fertilizer to the plant or to the soil, this is where you will actually add the fertilizer and then you cover. But I'm not going to do any. Right? And you want to go through and do all of the plants like that. Remember, if you don't mold the plant won't grow to its maximum potential. Right? And you want to go through and do all your plants. The next step now is to mulch. And in mulching, You get some dried grass. This is grass that I actually cut from my lawn. Right? I don't waste it. Because if the soil is, if the grass is using nutrients from the soil to grow, and I'm cutting my grass and I'm throwing away the grass, and I'm throwing away the nutrients. So what I do, I repurpose the grass. And I use it as mulch. Right? So I'm not going to just cover the soil like that. Right? And what this will do now, what the mulch will do, is to actually block the sunlight from the soil so that you don't have any roots or any more weeds growing up. So one of the benefits of mulching is to keep down the weeds. So as soon after I mulch, you're not going to see any weeds growing. Or you're not going to see a lot of weeds growing like before. Another important benefit of mulch is that it keeps moisture in the soil or water within the soil environment. It's just like when you're cooking, right? And you open that pot cover and you see all of that water under the pot cover. That is caused by evaporation and condensation, right? So as it tries to evaporate, it condenses under the pot cover and then it falls back into the pot. Well, it's the same thing with the mulch, right? It's going to keep the soil environment cool so I don't have to water my garden on a regular basis. So if you live somewhere like in Portmore or in Spanish Town where you get a lot of sunlight, you would want to mulch your plants, alright? And that is why places like St. Elizabeth, they do a lot of mulching because they don't have a lot of water in those places, right? Another thing, benefit of mulching is that these one day will break down. They will decompose and they are going to go back to the soil and add nutrients. Alright? Another benefit is that when you're watering, say for example over here, so over here is bare. When you're watering, the water tends to beat on the soil. Even when it rains, it tends to beat on the soil and beat up onto the plants, right? And we know that a lot of fungus most of the time is in the soil, and when it catches the leaf, especially on the underside of the leaf, then you have fungal infestation taking place, right? So mulching helps to break the force of the water so that you don't have that erosion, that soil beating up and splashing away. So mulching is very, very, very good, right? So I'm just going to put some more right around. Now guys, this is also the time when you should scout the plant for pests and disease. And if you want to look if your plants have pests and disease, you don't look generally on the top of the leaves because that's not where the disease and the pests normally are. You have to look below the leaves. So this is where you would look and you will see the pests hiding. Under here is cool, and this is where the sugars are also the leaf veins where they tapped into to get their sugar. Right? So you scout. And if you should see, for example, a worm, you just go ahead and take it off. Right? So this is called scouting. So now is the best time for you to scout. Right? After you finish mulch, then you can go ahead and you water. Right? And trust me, your plants will tell you thanks. So remember, if you like this video, if these videos are helping you, please like the video, share it, and subscribe to my channel. This is the finished product. As you can see, the plants are properly molded, properly weeded, and mulched. Alright? See them looking very healthy and telling me thanks. Remember guys, to get the maximum out of your garden, you need to weed it, mulch it, and importantly, you need to mold to encourage gaseous exchange, to increase the rate of respiration and photosynthesis so you can get more production. Nothing is wrong with your plants if they look like they're not growing. Maybe they just need to be weeded and molded. And of course, you can mulch them. The mulch also acts as a barrier for the soil to protect it from the impact of rain and erosion. And it also looks good. It have a nice aesthetic value to it as well. Right? As you can see, those the smaller ones down there, they have not mulched as yet, but they have been molded. I'll have one more round of molding for them, maybe next week, and afterwards I will mulch. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for supporting my channel. Remember to like, share and subscribe. For home and garden fix and tricks, I'm Nikal. Peace.